Okay, so hi dear Aries, very good evening to you guys. This is Tarot Anjali, and this is a 7 day 7 Oshos and Tarot messages from 22nd till the 28th of September 2025. Want to be a reader like me? You can purchase my courses. Links are given below in the description box. For tarot reading course, self-love course, and Ho'oponopono masterclass. For personal reading and healing sessions, check out the description box. You'll find the links below. So let's start. Weekly reading for this particular week for you guys. The overall energy for this situation for this week for you guys, Aries. We have the ripeness. Okay, something is coming to fruition. You are about to get the results of your hard work, but maybe you are feeling like you should give up on something that you're working on, maybe from a very long time. You are tired of waiting. You are tired of when you are going to get the results. Actually, it's just around the corner, Aries. You are just about to get the results of something really beautiful that you worked very hard on, or it can be like a business thing, it can be related to your health, it can be related to your spiritual growth, but something is about to come to fruition. It's already done. It's just about the divine timing thing, then it's going to come to fruition in the 3D world also. So do not give up, keep going. Okay, might need just the last hit on the nail and boom, you're done, you're gone, you're like you are going to be there. Get that. Let's get the messages per day for you guys. 22nd, we have the traveling. So you might be trying to reach somewhere, you know where you have to go. For some of you, it's a literal traveling, and you might be having some kind of delays or issues or some kind of you know overthinking, like you don't know what's going to happen while traveling, or the traveling itself is very difficult to do. For others of you, it might be a spiritual traveling kind of a thing, it might be a spiritual journey. You know the path here is this sun. You know very clearly what you want out of the spiritual journey. It can be actually in any area of your life, but for most of you it's a spiritual thing. So when you are going to start taking the initial steps, you will see the next steps forward. Okay, so take the initial step, start the journey, start the chapter, and you will be able to go to the next step by step. Don't worry too much about the next steps. Okay, you will be able to get them while you are traveling. Okay, and if you are literally traveling, plan it properly. Well, once you are going to start planning, you will be able to get the proper knowledge about the situation, about the journey, and you will be able to get there. So don't worry too much about the path. Taking the initial steps, taking the action from your side is very important, and the rest the universe is going to take care. 22nd it is. 23rd, the source. See, we came out of this divine light, we are going to go back to this divine light. So whatever is happening in between is just a play. It's just like we are actors, and we are just playing our characters. Everybody in our life is a character, they are playing their roles and they're leaving the situation. If you are going to hold on to this desire of wanting something or someone all the time and getting affected by everything that's happening in your life, and not able to let go of certain people or situations or things, you are just adding more karmic cycles in your life. Try to understand the point here, that everything that's happening from our birth till our death, physical death, is actually a play. We are just playing our parts. People are playing their parts in our lives, and we have to just like watch it like a movie, play our character beautifully as much as we can, and then let go. Okay, so we have to keep on reminding ourselves this beautiful thing. We came out of the source, we are going to go back to the source. In between, everything is temporary, and everything, whether it's beautiful, whether it's bad, whatever you like, judgment you pass for people, situations, or things, everything is going to change and everything is going to dissolve one day. Yeah, that you have to keep on reminding yourself. 22nd, 3rd, 24th, celebration. Now, Aries, if you are waiting for some kind of reason to celebrate your life, if you are waiting for the big reasons to celebrate your life, you might be missing the point. Life in itself is a celebration. Celebrate the small wins that you get every day. Every day you are waking up, that is enough reason to celebrate your life to the fullest. Even if I'm sick, this is the most difficult time of my life, to be honest with you guys, after my accident thing. It happened in 2016 regarding my health department. Still I show up every day, still I feel like it's a blessing for me to show up every day, still looking fine, still doing my thing. I am celebrating my life to the fullest, the tiny tiny little things. Similarly, try to celebrate life as it is coming instead of waiting for the big moments or the big birthday parties or new year parties to celebrate your life. Celebrate small things. You know, have that ice cream, have that chocolate, go out, have fun with yourself, go on the date with yourself. Okay, if you don't find anybody to celebrate your life, that you should not be relying on, definitely just celebrate your life with yourself. Okay, small things, you know, like smile at a kid and spend time with kids, have fun. Hmm? Make it light-hearted. Life is nothing to be taken serious. Honestly, life should not be taken seriously. It's ending anyways, we are dying anyways, every one of us is dying anyways, right? So death is the ultimate truth. And if we are going to celebrate our life, find a reason to celebrate every day. If you can't find any reason, celebrate your existence. Okay, that's the deal here. 22nd, 3rd, 4th. 25th, we have the ordinariness. Now, in order to find excitement, in order to feel like I'm doing something in my life, you don't have to do something extraordinary. You have to add mindfulness and awareness to the ordinary things that you're doing in your life, and everything is going to become very beautiful and happy go lucky for you guys. So you can simply enjoy your ordinariness also. You don't have to find, again, you don't have to find extraordinary reasons to make your life more thrilling, more exciting, more adventurous. So basically, when we do certain things, when we do everything with awareness, with mindfulness, with this attitude of detachment and letting go, our whole life becomes adventure. We don't know what's going to happen in the next moment. Even if I read energies, I can't say what's going to happen in the next moment, right? What if an earthquake is going to come and I'm going to die the next moment? What if I'm going to become a millionaire the next moment? Nobody knows, right? So making ordinary life more enjoyable, being more aware and mindful of whatever you're doing, give your 100% in whatever you are doing. This is the best thing that you can do. Let's say, for example, you're eating your food, like switch off your TV, you know, sit with yourself and properly eat the food, like the spices, the salt, the texture. Use all of your senses to enjoy that food. That way your ordinary life can also become extraordinary. You don't need external factors to make your life more beautiful or adventurous. Okay, it's just an illusion actually. It's pleasure that we are seeking, but blissfulness is different. That we are talking about. In everyday life, we can create the blissfulness ourselves. 22nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 26th. Stress. First of all, remember this mantra: not my monkey, not my circus. You don't have to take other people's responsibilities on your shoulders, especially when you yourself are struggling with your own things. Let's say, for example, you have a joint family, and even if you don't have a joint family, you are kind of doing your own thing, but you are taking the responsibility of your kids also, of your wife also, and vice versa, your parents also. You have the responsibility of keeping everyone happy, but you yourself is not able to keep yourself happy and at peace, right? So try to start with yourself, try to do your own thing first, try to keep yourself happy first. Take help from somebody who can help you to go through these processes, go through the responsibilities in a proper way. Management is very highly recommended here, required here, in order to manage the stress. Otherwise the stressful energies is going to, you know, make you physically sick. And then who is going to take care of everyone around you? You know, of course we have responsibilities, we are human beings, we are never going to be free of responsibilities till we die, most of us. But until unless we are going to keep ourselves healthy, happy and at peace, we will not be able to deliver properly. So what's the use of taking the responsibility if we will not be able to manage it properly? That's the deal here. Okay. 27th, we have the outsider. Now, you might feel like you have outgrown certain people, situations, things, and places. You no longer connect with them anymore. And you're feeling like an outsider, maybe in your own home, maybe in your own workplace. It's not like you are an outsider, it's like you have outgrown certain people and energies. Now what you have to do is you have to just open the door. The door is not closed, actually it's not locked, it seems like it's locked. You can just break the chains, you can just open the door, and you can connect with like-minded people, your spiritual family, people who are going to connect with you on your level. So you have to look out for them. It's not like you are an outsider, it's like you have outgrown certain things or people or situations that are no longer serving you anymore, your purpose of your life. So if you're growing, you should have different kind of mindset people, different kind of energies around you that are going to grow with you. Hmm? Certain kind of stalemates, certain kind of energies that are not matching with your vibes anymore, you have to let go and detach. Otherwise you're going to always feel like, oh my god, something is missing, I'm not happy, I'm not finding myself in a comfortable position. You have to choose to stand up for yourself and break the, open the door and just find your soul tribe. You have to get out of your comfort zone now. 28th, we have the flowering. See, you have done something really, really beautifully, and now this is the time for you to have the growth, the expansion, the happiness. This is like you being the center of attention of the stage, and you flourishing in a very beautiful and positive way. Do not shrink your own energies just because you feel like other people are not going to feel good about it, or other people are going to feel jealous or envious, or other people are going to feel like, okay, I'm doing show off or something. If you are if you have done something really beautiful and meaningful, you don't have to shrink your energies to fit in a box. It's your time to shine, it's your time to get out of the box and tell everybody that you have done something really wonderfully good, and now it's time for you to flourish. Basically, do not shrink your own energies because you think other people are not going to able other people will not be able to understand it, or maybe other people are going to feel like you're doing show off or something. Do not do that, don't do that. Do not stop your flowering. Flourish. Okay, flower properly. Those people who are meant for you, who are there for you, will stay with you, they are going to be happy for you. Who are not there for you anymore, who don't like you or your growth or whatever it is, they will leave the place, they will leave the situation, they will leave you, might be out of whatever jealousy, anger, envious energies, or whatever it is. You don't have to you know shrink your energies because of that. Let me see the guidance for you guys to close this reading off for this week. Rebirth. You might be tired of the same old life, same old business, same old job, same old career. You might be tired of the responsibilities. Now you are frustrated, you are kind of feeling like you should change yourself, you should have a rebirth. So this rebirth, this trying to change your energies and yourself, is kind of making you a little bit frustrated and angry on multiple people, multiple energies, and yourself too. Now this rebirth can be easier also. Try to go ahead with these changes, like going with the flow, trying to take simple steps, baby steps, one day at a time. Try to dance with the changes, like go with the changes, going with the flow. Instead of being frustrated or angry about each and everything, try to do things in a beautiful way where you are just playing with the tunes of the music of life. Seems like a poetic thing when I'm saying it, but it simply means that try to calm down, take baby steps, and try to not to get angry or frustrated with people and things around you, because it's your rebirth, it's your change. The responsibility is also yours to keep everything in check, including your own energies, frustration, and anger. You can punch a pillow whenever you feel frustrated or angry. You can definitely punch a pillow. You can scream, you can shout in front of the mirror. It will help you. Definitely, it will help you. You can try those things. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, Aries. We'll see you soon in the next video. Bye bye. Take care. May existence bless you. Namaste.